Guys, something, I'm gonna detour for a quick minute. Guys. Let me hit on something. So guys, you have heard about, the situation that happened in Michigan where the 15-year-old boy came to school and started to cause ruckus, right? 4 or more families have been impacted for the rest of their life because of a kid who hasn't been monitored by his parents correctly, goes to school and pulls off this, horrific situation, okay? And I'm detouring here because of this. Many of us are parents. A lot of this stuff happens all over the world, people, gun violence, and all this other stuff. As a parent, guys, I'm gonna say this, right? There's charges against the parents for, potentially allowing this to happen in its own way at a high level. That's what I'm gonna say. Seeing the warning signs, right? The signs are there. One of the shows that my wife and I watch some of the times, and we love to watch these A&E shows, right? And, one of the shows that we watch is Fear Thy Neighbor or The Evil Lives Within. And in each one of those shows, they're talking about a subject that typically is a family member. It could be a husband or a wife that has a husband that goes out and do some weird stuff, right? That causes, some bad things to happen, horror for other families and stuff like that. Well, I want you guys to think about this as a parent, if you are a parent, or one day to be a parent. Guys, if you see something really awkward that's going on in your household, man, don't just leave it alone and say he's gonna grow out of it. Man, we have kids. Our kids have some quirks and stuff like that, right? Our kids have quirks. Family members have quirks, all this other stuff. But if you got some people who are effed up, man, we need to be calling this stuff out, man. We need to be calling this stuff out. These parents knew that the kid was effed up being 15 years old. This kid had access to a gun, bought him a gun for Christmas, allowed him to go to school. Kid was drawing stuff of people being slaughtered, right? That's not normal. This is not normal. So if you see this stuff happening, right, you see your kids on social media doing all this crazy stuff, rapping with guns in their hands, you should be talking to them. You should be trying to find somebody that's going to help them out, getting kids some therapy. This is for teens as well too. Many of us just overlook that stuff because we think we're too busy. It's our responsibility. I love the fact that these parents are about to be charged for this kind of stuff. And personally, I'm gonna give my personal opinion on this, guys. I'm gonna give my personal opinion on this one. Here's the thing. I think when your kids do something horrendous like this up until they're an adult, the parents should be charged. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's gang banging in Chicago. You created that person. If they go out there and shoot somebody, it's your responsibility as well too. Maybe that would stop people who shouldn't be having kids, right, from having kids, because they know that if their kid goes out there and do something, they're in trouble. You have to be responsible for your kids, right? If you see these signs, hollow out, get the kids some help. I was talking to a friend, Teresa and I, on Tuesday. Good friend of ours, well, as good as it can be. We see him at the vineyard, right? Kid goes to school. They know the kid goes to school. They have a tracking device in his car, but he sits in the parking lot, doesn't go to class. There's something wrong. We need to be seeking help for these kids, man. We're not too busy as parents. We can't handle it all ourselves. We can't just blow it off and say they're going through some things. I'm gonna tell you this, man. Growing up, I went through some things, bullied and all this other stuff, but believe me, I wasn't thinking about doing any crazy stuff like that. Hurting dogs, hurting people. Man, it's our responsibilities, guys, right? You're not gonna bring these kids into a world where they have some stability and your kids goes out there being a maniac because you put them in a maniac situation. Your kids go out there and hurt somebody. You should be in trouble for it. At least that's Mr. Wade's opinion. That's my opinion. All right, let me stop. Let me get off that one.